Here's the wild thing, folks. The single most old-school brand at Milan just rolled out its first full-size electric motorcycle while teasing a turbo-boosted V3 prototype. And that 1-2 punch tells you everything about how fast the 2026 model year is coming at us, like a red line pulled down the autostrada. Back in the day, EICMA was the place for bold paint and bigger pistons. These days, it's where touring rigs learn track manners, electric bikes get real-world range, and even the retro badges bring space-age tech to the party, mates. So let's rip into the most exciting metal and electrons you'll be throwing a leg over in 2026, because Milan's halls were packed with machines that feel tailor-made for petrol heads from London to Los Angeles to Sydney, with enough variety to make any garage playlist sing at full song. First, the headline combo from Honda, the CB1000GT and the WN7, a sports tourer with Fireblade DNA, paired with Honda's first proper EV motorcycle, which is exactly the split personality our scene needs right now. The CB1000GT slots in as the fast lane mile leader with Showa Yi-Ray, IMU-based electronics, and touring kit baked in, meaning you can hustle like a supersport on Saturday and crush countries on Sunday without needing a chiropractor on Monday, folks. If you've been waiting for that sweet spot between big-bore charisma and long-haul civility, the GT's the bike you tell your mates about when they swear touring rigs can't be playful, because this one was built to prove the point on Italian B-roads and beyond. Then there's the WN7, Honda's first EV motorcycle, rocking a claimed 140 kilometers range and car charger compatibility, which means the stop at your local charger looks a lot more like plugging in the family SUV than chasing a mysterious adapter in a backpack, mate. For city commuters and early adopter riders, that's the EV promise finally making sense. 125cc-ish performance, Honda-level ride feel, and a badge that says the brand intends to make electric normal, not niche. But the mad scientist energy is the V3, our 900E compressor prototype, an asymmetrically styled rocket with an electronically controlled compressor on a 900 cubic centimeters V3 that aims to deliver liter-plus grunt without the mass, like shrinking a big block into a hot hatch package, folks. Think of it like F1-style boost logic for bikes, instant shove, no lag nonsense, and it signals Honda's playing the long game on compact performance engines for the street we'll actually ride in 2026 and beyond. And because clever is the new cool, Honda's E-clutch spreads to more models, Transalp 750, CB750 Hornet, and the 500 range, meaning smoother launches and no-stall low-speed crawling for newer riders, tight city commuters, and veterans who simply prefer fuss-free shifting in traffic. Slide over to Bologna, and Ducati didn't just turn up. It took center stage with an all-new Hypermotard V2 and a refreshed Monster built around the brand's latest 890 cubic centimeters V2. All swagger and wheelie-ready geometry for riders who equate control with mischief. If the Hypermotard is your inner hooligan spirit animal, this V2 should feel like that mate who always says, "one last run," and means for more hours of apex hunting before espresso, because that's the Ducati way at EICMA. The Monster's update is a nod to heritage with a modern heartbeat, promising that lean, mean Street Fighter vibe that fits from Shoreditch to Santa Monica without needing to explain why minimalism and menace belong together. Ducati also put heat on the desert segment, teasing a lighter, tighter DesertX that doubles down on go far and go fast, with Milan chatter pointing to a more compact, more capable package to reel in those long gravel horizons in style. Meanwhile, the red stand had limited-run Panigale specials, V2 tributes and Corsa trim V4S, because the factory knows some of you want garage art that can also set PBs on track days. And EICMA is always where those dreams get paint and part numbers. Off-road diehards got their own Italian bombshell, the Ducati Desmo 450 Enduro emerging from the brand's MX push, a premium Enduro package that looks set to bring race team polish to the woods, mates. Enduro 21 called a showstopper, and you could feel that ripple across the hall. This isn't just a sticker kit. It's Bologna saying the dirt's worth doing properly with electronics and build quality to match the price tag. Over in Bavaria, BMW finally showed the F450 GS, a featherweight ADV entry that's been the world's worst-kept secret and arguably the most hyped small GS in years, perfect for riders wanting to car flair without the car intimidation. The point is simple. Give new riders and seasoned scalpel seekers a GS that feels like a mountain bike with an engine, and watch them go farther, faster, and with bigger grins on baby back roads and goat tracks. Suzuki's SV7GX is the spiritual heir to the beloved SV line, updated for the new era, with a platform that aims to blend middleweight agility with the kind of friendliness that made the SV a first bike legend and a forever bike keeper, folks. Yamaha's YZF-R7 steps into 2026 with refinements that keep it squarely in the sweet spot between quick enough for track days and chill enough for a Sunday squirt. Exactly the blend that made the R7 the working rider supersport. Kawasaki pulling the covers off a KLE500 ABS is the sort of nostalgic reboot that makes sense now. Take a trusted name, bolt on modern safety, and let riders rediscover the simple joy of a midsize ADV that isn't trying to be an 800 with a diet. Royal Enfield didn't miss the moment either, with the Bullet 650 saluting heritage while bringing the parallel twin charm that's made recent Enfield such honest, likable machines for real-world roads and real-world wallets, mates. And if you want proof that China's players aren't just dabbling, Benda rolled out a near-liter V4 cruiser, the Dark Flag 950, plus a ROK 707 V-twin and a ROK 250 CVT that show a full spread from aspirational to accessible in one swing. It's a statement that the cruiser segment's no longer a two-brand conversation, and riders who value style with spec sheets to back it up now have more options at more price points. On the electric front, Milan had proper bite this year. Tech radar standouts included Honda's WN7, Zero's LS1, Royal Enfield's Flying Flea FF.S6, and Verge's TS Pro, a lineup covering commuters, stunnable city fun, and premium torque monster thrills. That spread is the real story. EVs are the monolith, they're a toolbox, and the 2026 shelf finally looks like a shelf you'd shop from without needing to justify your choice at every cafe stop. Norton's renaissance continued to draw crowds with the new Manx and Atlas family, pairing carbon-rich exotica with adventure-ready sensibility. And yes, the styling creds had JLR creative fingerprints to get the lines just so. It's the kind of British comeback arc that stirs the soul, big claims, big finish, and a brand finally writing new chapters rather than footnotes, folks. CFMOTO's 1000 MTX also made noise, an adventure tourer that wants to leapfrog straight into the conversation with serious hardware, and a chip on its shoulder about proving value doesn't mean compromise, mates. Benelli's TRK 902 Straight Ale targeted 2026 with an Italian-styled tourer aimed squarely at riders who want approachable spec with a tasteful badge and a sensible ownership curve. The kind of bike you buy to chase coastlines without chasing headlines. Zooming out, the shape of 2026 is crystal. Lighter ADV machines to bring more riders off-road, smarter middleweights to keep riding accessible and engaging, and EVs with range and charging that make sense for daily life, not just tech demos. Back in the day, future bike meant a concept behind velvet ropes. These days, the future has panniers, warranties, and accessory catalogs that'll drain your wallet faster than a quick-shifter snap-second, folks. Real talk on tech. Honda's E-Clutch is the gateway drug for riders who hate stalls and love smoothness, like having a riding buddy who handles the fussy bits so you can keep eyes up and vibes high in city chaos. Mates, the V3 or e-compressor idea is performance minimalism. Use brains to beat brawn, delivering displacement class punch from a more compact heart, a lesson every engineer has scribbled in the margins since turbos made hatches scary in the 80s. Ducati's lighter DesertX approach is the no-nonsense nod that riders want less drama and more distance when the map turns brown, and a streamlined package lets you travel faster, farther, and with fewer should-have-trained more legs moments. BMW's F450 GS fills the gap for those who want GS grit without the gym membership, a bike you can actually pick up after a tip over and still have energy to tell the tale at the pub with a grin, mate. And don't sleep on the cultural side. The Bullet 650 and Norton's lineup-proof character still matters, because motorcycles are as much about how they make you feel as how they slice a lap time, folks. These days, choice is the superpower: adventure, street, retro, electric. And EICMA 2025 look like a menu where the only wrong order is not ordering something, which is a lovely problem to have going into 2026. Now, a few quick shout-outs for the watch list before you raid the dealer sites. Ducati's Hypermotard V2 for pure grin mileage. Honda's CB1000GT for one bike to do it all touring. BMW's F450 GS for lightweight adventure. And Zero's LS1 for urban fun with honest EV chops. If you're mapping upgrades, think E-clutch if you commute, soft luggage and real boots if you're going ADV, and proper tires before power mods if you're chasing lap times, because contact patch beats spec sheet every day that ends in Y. Mates, here's the future outlook in one breath. Middleweight stay king, ADVs go lighter, EVs get livable, and prototypes like Honda's V3 are hinted a new arms race where efficiency and immediacy beat cubic centimeters for headline bragging rights. Expect 2026 test rides to feel less like picking a tribe and more like matching a mood, because the segment walls are crumbling in the best possible way, folks. So, which one's got your heart revving? Honda's Do Everything GT, Ducati's Mischief Maker motored, BMW's Baby GS, or one of the dark horse electrics gunning for your daily miles, mates? Drop a comment with your pick and why. Tell the story you want to ride next year. And if this hit the right nerve, tap subscribe so the next big reveal drops straight into your feed, like a perfectly timed downshift into a hairpin, folks.